I'm Sean Singer. I'm in my fifth year and last year of a PhD in American Studies here at Rutgers, Newark. A person can go through life and totally ignore Newark. In fact, when I first came here, I didn't know anything about Newark. I knew there was an airport here. But once you start learning about it and getting informed about Newark, it almost becomes mythological because it's sort of a symbol or a microcosm of many urban problems that have affected St. Louis, Detroit, Baltimore, and so on. I really always wanted to be a writer. That's all I've ever wanted to do. I went to an MFA program in St. Louis where I could spend 2 years really concentrating on my poetry. After I left there, my first book of poems was published. Jazz was always an important thread in my creative work. So when I realized that there was this new program in American Studies, and not only that, it was associated with, again, the largest jazz library in the world, I only applied to that one program. I didn't apply to any other graduate program. And luckily I was accepted, and that's how it started. All this time writing these poems, I was also interested in these questions that I'm looking at in my dissertation. Questions about the city, memory, the border between private and public, history, using art and poetry to understand history. Then I realized that I could kind of apply my own history as a creative writer and an artist to these artistic figures from Newark. And that Newark was really understudied, and especially its culture was really not much was known about the artists from Newark. A lot was known about two writers from Newark, Philip Roth, who had many novels, and many of those novels were about Newark, and Amiri Baraka, who wrote plays, poetry, and also fiction and nonfiction, much of which was about Newark. Trying to understand, as I said, these artists through the lens of Newark, and Newark through the lens of these artists. And to find in Newark some surprises, to critique it, but also to celebrate it. That's the purpose of art, is to do that.